the stuff, man, the stuff. So, hello. Welcome to Randsanity, episode 269. T-minus 96 days and counting to 1 full year. 1 full year. So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, watch, share, all that stuff. Whatever the adjective is you're supposed to do. But definitely like, subscribe, and follow. There it is. So we'll start off tonight with a little bit of sad news. Founding member of Wu-Tang Clan, Oliver Power Grant, is dead at 52. I literally just announced last night, I talked about Wu-Tang Clan last night because they're playing the Shaky Knees Festival. They're part of the headliners along with Gorillaz and LCD Sound System on Sunday night, September the 20th. And I was super excited. I'm like, wow, I might have to actually go, instead of going to New Jersey, who knows, maybe we have to go to Shaky Knees. You know, Gorillaz, LCD Sound System, Wu-Tang Clan, and a whole bunch. So if you're interested in that, The Strokes, Turnstiles, Fontaines DC, 21 Pilots, Pierce the Veil, The Prodigy, Pavement, a lot of good bands. But just announced, today, only a few hours ago, Oliver Power Grant, were the legendary hip-hop group Wu-Tang Clan's original members, died at the age 52. Method Man announced his passing on Instagram alongside images of the pair together. Paradise, my brother, safe travels. Information pertaining to the circumstances behind the star's death were not disclosed. News of Power's passing came shortly before the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced that the Wu-Tang Clan was nominated for this year's honors, as a matter of fact. So, it just, one of those things. Life's short. Life is short, so hopefully that means that Wu-Tang still gets to play at Shaky Knees, but you never know. More band stuff, though, announced. As we thought, as they've been talking about, as it's been rumored for months now, basically Metallica is officially confirmed for a Las Vegas Sphere residency, and it's going to happen sooner than we thought it was. They're taking no repeat weekends toward the Sphere this fall, and they're playing a run of 8 shows at the immersive venue. They have confirmed that their headline short residency at the Sphere will happen October 1st and 3rd, October 15th and 17th, October 22nd and 24th, and October 29th, and Halloween, the 31st. It was rumored that might not happen until, the 2027, but no, it's happening. So, general on-sale tickets, March the 6th. So if you're interested in the Life Burns Faster residency at the Sphere for Metallica, get ready. So 2-night and single-night tickets for the Sphere go on sale Friday, March the 6th, beginning at 10 a.m. You can get pre-sale tickets as well. Fans can go to Metallica.com to get those. It's been speculated, but Lars Ulrich said that he teased it since 2025, but we didn't think we'd see it until 27. They haven't announced any opening acts, so we don't know what that means, but there'll be somebody. Clearly, they'll have somebody opening for them. But that's, I don't know. It should be interesting. I would definitely go see Metallica in the Sphere. I would go Halloween night if I had the opportunity. That would be the night I would go because, right? Hey, we should plan on going then. Halloween night, that would be the night to go. Can you imagine that? Whew, man. That would be a wildly unique experience, and the immersive nature of the Sphere would be insane for a killer Metallica show. So, I'm thinking that may have to be looked at. Just saying. Metallica. Let's see who else. I saw also, which I was like, wait, what? Social Distortion announced a 26 tour. Social D, my favorite. I love Social D. I have such a funny story going out with Social D when they used to Mr. Mike Ness used to drink. I went out with them, and we got into quite some trouble on the campus. Yeah, well, I don't know what they're going to cost, but they're not going to be cheap. The Sphere tickets, I don't know what they're going to cost. I will look, though. The Sphere tickets for sure. Yeah, Sphere tickets for Metallica might be expensive, but hey, I mean, that's going to be pretty amazing. Yeah, they'll probably be $500. I don't know. I've never priced the Sphere yet, so. Plus, you have to get to Vegas. Maybe you can do a gig out there as well. Kind of make it as a write-off. All right, I can be a roadie for the day. I'll come out and roadie for you. That sounds like a plan to me. I love that idea. Madison Sharp Music's back. There you go. So anyway, Mike Ness and the boys from Social Distortion are going to do a massive 26 North American tour. They just shared that on Instagram. Born to Kill, their 8th studio album is set to be released on May the 8th. Mike Ness had a tonsil cancer diagnosis in June of 23. He's officially cancer-free and about his battle with disease during the 34th annual K-Rock Almost Acoustic Christmas. Ness recounted the hardship his diagnosis brought him to, but he said he's doing much better. He was afraid he wasn't going to make it, but they're going to do it. So the North American tour is set to trek to 23 cities across the U.S. and Canada, commencing on August 25th in Phoenix, Arizona. The Descendants and Shats are slated to join Social D on support. So it looks like they're going to be at Phoenix, Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Atlanta, Raleigh, D.C., Asbury Park, September 5th at the Stone Pony. And they're going to be in Philly, Boston, Brooklyn, Ontario, Detroit, Rock City, Minneapolis, Denver, Salt Lake, Vegas, San Fran, LA, San Diego. So no Ohio show. So if I want to go see Social D, I'm going to do a little bit of a little work. Well, there you go. We'll hang out. That sounds like a plan. I'm all about it. But, well, you have to look at some of the other tours. I announced last night, I was talking about the Shaky Knees tour, which is pretty solid down in Atlanta. So, you have to go look and see what shows those are because there are some solid shows happening. Social Distortion. Lastly, another one. I mean, he's now a country singer. Okay, when I met him, he was not a country singer, all right? But Darius Rucker is headed out onto the road this summer. February 24th, he just announced a Songs of Summer tour to hit 20 cities nationwide, some of the biggest open-air amphitheaters. Warm weather vibes, a packed set list of favorite songs spanning his career. See, I don't know him as Darius Rucker as much as I knew him when he was in Hootie and the Blowfish. But it looks like he's going to be he's going to be in Toledo, PA, New York, Bethel, New York, Atlantic City, Guilford, Greensboro, Wilmington, Grand Rapids, Cincinnati, Clarkson, Washington, Bridgeport, Boston, Phoenix, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Where's Dude with Dog? Morrison, Colorado, Rogers, Arkansas, Kansas City, and Indianapolis. Tickets go on sale this March. They go on sale Friday. So if you're a Darius Rucker fan, more concert announcing. So lots of shows. They're just popping out there. I love the Stone Temple Pilots. Stone Temple Pilots are awesome. I'm not so sure about Stone Temple Pilots now. I saw them when they actually had the original singer in it. But I've not seen them in their now phase, but love Stone Temple Pilots. STP is a great band. Just can't really, I don't know. How many bands continue on when they've lost a artist? So many. And some are good, some aren't. I mean, I think it depends if it was the persona of the singer that made the band. And in Scott Weiland's case, he kind of made Stone Temple Pilots. So I don't know. SDP is kind of solid. So I don't know what SDP is like without Scott Weiland. I can't really give you an assessment, unfortunately. So I won't lie and say that I can tell you what I think of Stone Temple Pilots without Scott Weiland. But I love Stone Temple Pilots. So there you go. Oh, man. All right, let's look at a little bit of history. Just jump into a little bit of history. I'm not going to do a ton because, there's always lots and lots and lots of stuff. Some stuff is just way, way, way too boring. And some stuff is just way, way, way too, really? It's nice to know these factoids and all, but sometimes I'm just like, all right, I can just burn through them a little bit. Like Elvis Presley, this is interesting that on this day, Elvis Presley had his first national hit when I Forgot to Remember to Forget went to number 1 of the Billboard Country and Western chart. The single was the 5th and final single released on Sun Records before Elvis moved to RCA Records. The Beatles covered this song once for the BBC radio show From Us to You on May 1st, 1964 with George Harrison on lead vocals. Interesting. And mentioning George Harrison, today is George Harrison's birthday. George Harrison would have been 83 today. He died in 2001. Mr. George Harrison. Happy birthday to George Harrison. In 1957, Buddy Holly recorded his new version of That'll Be the Day at Norman Petty Recording Studios in Clovis, New Mexico. The title being taken from a phrase used by John Wayne in the film The Searchers. That'll be the day, said John Wayne multiple times in the movie, apparently. The Beatles finished You Can't Buy Me Love at Abbey Road Studios in London. They first recorded the song on January 29th of 1964 at Path Marconi Studios in Paris. They also recorded the B-sides You Can't Do That and another song, I Should Have Known Better, 1964. 1967, Pink Floyd appeared at the Ricky Tick Club, Hounslow, England. The Yardbirds were filmed performing in a recreation of the club built at an MGM studio in Bournemouth Wood for Michelangelo Antonio's 1966 film Blow Up. So they recreated the entire fucking club to do a show. I mean, isn't that the way that always works? What are you going to do, right? In 1972, Led Zeppelin appeared in front of over 25,000 fans in the Western Springs Stadium in Auckland, New Zealand. The group's first ever gig in New Zealand and the largest crowd ever to attend a concert on the island. I'm sure the island tipped with everybody on one location. The island went beep. New Zealand's tiny. That's where Kiwis come from. A special train was chartered from Wellington to bring fans to the concert. New reviews of the next day reported the band could be heard over 5 miles from the stadium. Well, it's flat. It's New Zealand. What did you expect? It's not like a mountainous region that's covered with skyscrapers. It's a big, wide open place. That's how that works, ladies and gentlemen. That is how it works. What can I tell you, right? In 1984, Van Halen Jump started a 5-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart. Singer David Lee Roth wrote the lyrics after seeing a television news report about a man who is threatening to end himself by jumping off a high building. David Lee Roth thought that one of the onlookers of such a scene would probably shout, "Go ahead and jump." Well, there you go. Now you know where the lyrics of Go Ahead and Jump are. David Lee, not very sympathetic to the plight of one man he saw on the news. What are you going to do, right? Now look at this. 1989, Simple Minds had a different song that was number 1 that was called Belfast Child. It was released as the lead track on the Ballad of the Streets EP, which also included Mandela Bidet. The song uses the music from the Irish folk song She Moved Through the Fair but as completely different words. At 6 minutes and 39 seconds, it became the second longest running number one after the Beatles' Hey Jude. So Simple Minds did have another song besides, Don't You Forget About Me. Because I didn't know that. I mean, I did, but do you really care about their other songs? No. Madonna started a 7-week run at number one in the U.S. singles charts with Take a Bow in 1995. The track was co-written with Babyface, becoming a number 16 hit in the UK as well. Last show of Frank Sinatra was on this day, the 25th of February in 1995, at a private party for about 1,200 select guests. On the closing night of Frank Sinatra's Desert Classic Golf Tournament, Frank sang before the live audience for the very last time. His closing song, The Best Is Yet to Come. Yes, indeed. It always is, isn't it? It's the way that goes. Always the best to come. Now, again, more Wu-Tang information on the same day that Oliver Power Grant dies. At Radio City Music Hall, Bob Dylan was handed 3 Grammys in 1998, including one for Best Album for Time Out of Mind. During Dylan's performance of the song, Michael Portnoy, hired as a background dancer, ripped his shirt off and jumped in amongst the band, revealing the words "Soy Bomb" painted on his chest. Also in the evening, during Sean Colvin's acceptance speech, Old Dirty Bastard grabbed the microphone and made various observations such as Puffy is good, but Wu-Tang is the best. And Wu-Tang is for the children. He was then escorted off the stage. So Wu-Tang, there's your 3 references. I talked about them headlining at Shaky Knees on Sunday, September the 20th. I talked about Mr. Oliver Power Grant dying, and there's the 3rd reference to Wu-Tang at the 1998 Grammys, getting shout-outs from Old Dirty Bastard, who was high on something, I'm sure. In 1998, Johnny Cash's album Unchained won a Grammy Award for Best Country Album. The album had been a critical success, but was largely ignored by mainstream country radio. A fact Cash and producer Rick Rubin picked up on when they purchased a full-page advertisement in Billboard magazine. The ad, which appeared in March, featured a young Johnny Cash displaying his middle finger and sarcastically thanking radio for supporting the album. That picture of Johnny Cash. That one. Yes. Oh, the Spice Girls. The 5 original Spice Girls faced a bill of $1.7 million in 2000 after losing a legal battle against the sponsors of their 1988 World Tour, the Aprilia Scooter Company, who claimed the girls knew of Jerry's impending departure and did nothing about it when they canceled their tour without notice. Boop. Took the money, and then they got sued. That's what happens. I don't know what to tell you, you know? Now, this is not a Taylor Swift number, but in 2004, the Rolling Stones topped the U.S. rich list of musicians' biggest moneymakers. The list was based on earnings during the 2003 when the band played their 40 Licks tour, which made them $212 million in ticket sales, CD, DVD, and merchandise sales. The 3 million fans who went to the show spent an average of $11 each on merchandise. Bruce Springsteen was listed in second place and the Eagles in third place. Now, see, that's nothing compared to our Taylor Swift numbers when she was making $1 billion. B-I-L-L-I-O-N. Billion. That was a lot. Oh, boy. George Michael at it again. In 2006, George Michael was found slumped over in a car in Hyde Park, London. A concerned person spotted the singer and called police, who, after being checked by paramedics, was arrested. The suspicion for the arrest was on possessing drugs. He then was released on bail. Michael made a public statement about the incident, said, "I was in possession of Class C drugs, which is an offense, and I have no complaints about the police who were professional throughout." He also said the event was my own stupid fault, as usual. Don't we all have that ability to say, it was my own stupid fault, ... as usual? As usual. Right. It happens. In 2009, the NME Awards were held in London's O2 Academy, included Oasis, who won Best British Band. Elbow won Outstanding Contribution to British Music. The Killers won Best International Band. Kings of Leon won Best Album for Only by the Night. And The Cure won the Godlike Genius Award. I mean, the Godlike Genius Award. Every band wants to win that, I would imagine. That's all I want to win. It's the Godlike Jesus Award. Sounds like a good thing. On 2015, on which would have been George Harrison's 72nd birthday, a new tree was planted in his memory in Griffith Park, Los Angeles, to replace the one that had earlier died by a beetle infestation, of all things. The new yew tree had been chosen to replace the original as it was far less susceptible to insects. So, George Harrison's tree was killed in Griffith Park by beetles. Yep, there you go. And the irony just continues. In 2015, Madonna said she suffered whiplash as a result of her nightmare accident at the 2015 Brit Awards. The then 56-year-old Madonna was pulled backwards off stage by a cape, which was supposed to fall from her shoulders, causing the singer to fall down a flight of steps. Now, have you never seen The Incredibles? What months she always says, no capes, no capes. Do you remember, what's his name, man? The cape gets sucked into the jet engine. And do you remember? So, no capes. So, clearly she did not see the movie The Incredibles, because Edna Muntz would have told her, no capes for you, Madonna. Right? I mean, you wear a cape, it gets stuck on something, and you're sucked into a jet engine. Or fall down a flight of stairs. Whatever the hell happens. Oh, shit. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, watch, share, all those things. Oh, fuck. That's so funny. Let's see. In 2017, Rag and Bone Man, British singer and songwriter, was the #1 spot in the UK album chart with his debut studio album, Human, which became the fastest-selling debut album by a male artist during the 2010s. The album also reached #1 in Belgium, Czech Republic, Netherlands, Ireland, Switzerland, and God knows where else. A whole bunch of other places. In 2021, a sketchbook used by Radiohead during the recordings of their 1995 album, The Bends, was sold at auction, going under the hammer for $6,500. They left this behind during rehearsals in an Oxfordshire barn in 1994. The A2 book contains sketches. The A2 book contains sketches and chords related to the band's sophomore album, with lyrics to unreleased tracks, Too Easy, Idiot Boy, Dead Bank Clerk, as well as classic songs such as the record-closing Street Spirit. Okay, I mean, if they left it behind, it's fair game, right? Isn't that how that works? I would think so. Oh, I gotta change cameras. There we go. Put that camera back on. Now I'll go back over there. See? Boop. There we go. It happens. What can I tell you? All right. So there you go. There's the news. But yes, unfortunate news of Oliver Power Grant passing from Wu-Tang Clan. So we know births today, though. How about Carl Gerhard Gert Frobe? He was Goldfinger in the movie Goldfinger. James Bond 007. He was the German guy who loves the gold. He died in 1988. He would have been 113 years old today. Jim Backus was born into this day. Mr. Magoo's voice, the original Mr. Magoo. He was also Gilligan's Island. He was Thurston Howell III. Jim Backus. He also would have been 113 years old today. He died in 1989. Sally Jesse Raphael, 91 years old today. Oh, and Thurston Howell III, he was from Cleveland, Ohio. So, I don't know, love it, darling, whatever, love it. Yes, he's from Cleveland, Ohio. Who knew that one, right? But yes, Sally Jesse Raphael, 91 years old today, still kicking around. George Harrison, as I said, would have been 83 years old today. He died back in 01. George Harrison, the Beatles. And his tree died as well from a beetle infestation. Ric Flair, 77 years old today. Lee Evans, who was Tucker in Something About Mary. He played the hapless, back-injured cripple in Something About Mary. Lee Evans. I thought that was a funny role. I liked that movie. Something About Mary. He's 62 today. Carrot Top, 61 years old today. Tia Leone, 60 years old today. Chelsea Handler, 51. Rashida Jones is 50 years old today. Justin Beerfield of Malcolm in the Middle. Reese is 40. I looked at a picture. I'm like, whoa, dude, you're 40. Holy crap. Frank Pancho San Pedro Crazy Horse from Neil Young is 77 today. John Doe from the band X is 72. Dennis Dinkin of the Smithereens is 69. And Mike Peters of the Alarm, 67 today. He died in 25, though. Died last year. Unfortunate. But yeah, so Oliver Power Grant died yesterday of Wu-Tang Clan at the age of 52, unfortunately. Tony Caldwell, Marshall Tucker Band, died at the age of 45 in 1993. Mark Hollis of Talk Talk died in 19 at the age of 64. Darren McGavin died on this day at the age of 83 in 06. He was the dad in A Christmas Story. He was also Kolchak in The Night Stalker, a TV series that was sort of like The Twilight Zone from forever ago. And Bill Paxton, actor Bill Paxton died on this day in 2017, at the age of 61 years old. When I was like, oh, wait, he did die. Forgot about that guy. I mean, I didn't forget about him, but, you know. So all sorts of tours. The tours are getting announced left and right. Lastly, I saw the Vans Warped Tour just announced a couple more days, a couple more bands. They've got a few shows because they're playing in multiple locations like D.C., Florida, Mexico City. So they got their passes, but they keep announcing bands. So there's a bunch of them out. So let's say I see like Coheed and Cambria. Let's see what else. Flogging Molly. Grandson, Guar, Hoobastank, Hot Mulligan, Kenny Hoopla, Killswitch Engage, Newfound Glory of Mice and Men. Let's see, Story of the Year, Suicidal Tendencies, Taking Back Sunday, The Used, Third Eye Blind, Yellow Card. So each location has some different bands. So that's what's going on with that. But they're just going to keep coming. This is not going to stop. So the tour announcements are just coming fast and furious. We're going to keep announcing more and more shows for your summer experiences. I'll get my summer pack out here soon, so you guys can make sure if you go to concerts, take the proper stuff with you. I'll have my little packs all built and ready to go. Okay? All right. Questions, comments, concerns? What do you got going on, Alexis? Anything? No, she's gone. Bye, Alexis. All right. On that note, I will say a bid a fond farewell and adieu. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. And I'll look forward to you in the future. Until then, I will say, thank you for being here. Grateful. Appreciate you. Always looking forward to tomorrow. We'll do this all again, but completely different. As there is, and as there always shall be, the moment in time where I have to say, fade to black.